Hey guys, it's Crystal Delahose with Sorority Packets. If you haven't visited our website, please do, sororitypackets.com. We do a lot more than just sell sorority packets. And by this time, unless you have deferred rush, which we will be helping you guys all fall along, then you have already submitted your packets to the alum. Now you are packing up your bags, you are gathering all of your stuff for your dorm, mom's crying, and you are ready to go move in to wherever you're going to be living at your university. I feel like with all of the research that we've done, that, a lot of times it's not really specific about what you should expect during sorority recruitment. We currently have so many, dozens and dozens of beautiful young ladies all across the country, several whom I have relationships with that are my friends, and just other girls that I've photographed. I'm a senior photographer. Those of you that have watched some of these videos know a little bit about me. I've been a senior photographer for 10 years. I am not sorority girl guru of America. I love sororities. I pledged a sorority whenever I was going through recruitment. But to be honest, I ended up transferring schools, and I didn't even affiliate with my sorority. I loved my chapter and kind of just left that a special memory. Sorority packets were a little bit different because my heart is really to help moms and daughters navigate the very often confusing process of sorority recruitment and kind of what it's become. It's become so popular that it's kind of competitive, and there's a lot of rumors circulating around, and I'm kind of like this neutral party that's trying to bridge the gap and trying to help you guys navigate sorority recruitment. So we work with local Pentalytics. We do tons and tons of research. Carly Kiker is kind of my right-hand woman, my researcher, marketing guru. She does it so much, and she's a lot younger than me. And she is a valuable resource because she was actually the rush chair of her sorority at Pepperdine. And so she has invaluable information and resources. Where I'm getting this information, it can all be found in our new ebook. It's called Everything You Need to Know About Sorority Recruitment. Seriously, you guys, everything. What started off as this little project between Carly and I of, hey, let's take all this free information and all of the, hundreds of conversations that I've had with moms and girls around the country, let's put it all together. I was getting so many phone calls and emails, and I was having a hard time. I don't have enough time. I have two little girls, 10 and 5, and wasn't having enough time to have all of the conversations that I wanted to have with you guys. So what started as a little project to put all of this information together turned into a really massive project. And this book, you guys, is over 50 pages long of really valuable content. So anyway, check it out, sororitypackets.com. There's a link in the comment section if you're interested. So what to expect for open house? Okay, what the heck is open house? Well, by now you've registered. You are planning to go through sorority recruitment. What you can expect is that there will be hundreds, if not thousands, especially if you're going to Alabama, which we have a lot of clients that are rushing there. Thousands of women going through sorority recruitment on your campus. And so that's a lot, you guys. To keep things organized, what will happen is you'll be split into separate groups. And so if you haven't heard this terminology before, it's called PNM. It just stands for potential new member, and that's you. So before sorority recruitment begins, to keep it organized, what they're going to do, they, as in all of the volunteers and women helping run this thing, are going to divide you guys into groups, okay? It's going to be called your recruitment group. Not difficult. Okay, each group, you're going to be led by a sorority woman who is temporarily disassociated from her sorority. So it doesn't mean that she's not a member of her sorority. Think of her as like the Switzerland of sorority recruitment. She's neutral. Oftentimes, these women are called Rho Chis or Rho Gammas. It just depends on what campus you're at. So your Rho Chi or your Rho Gamma will lead your specific recruitment group. Sometimes this is divided alphabetically. Other campuses do it in different ways. So don't think too much about it. You're just going to be in a smaller group to keep it organized. Okay, so these recruitment counselors, they are there for you. They're not there to promote their specific sorority. So they are a really great source of information, and they're there to help you through the process. So anyway, utilize your Rho Chi or your Rho Gamma. They're awesome. You're going to go through this first open house, and then you're going to go through another one and another one and another one, and they might differ slightly depending on whichever house you go to, but it's basically the same version of the same thing several times in a row. And that's called a round. So your open house round, it's kind of interesting because it's simultaneously your longest and shortest round. So what I mean by that is it'll be the shortest amount of time that you're actually spending in the house, only because you have so many houses to go to. So when you start the recruitment process, you will get to go and visit every single house. So at some universities, there might be 10 sororities. At others, there might be 20. Again, take what I say, and then you can research with your specific campus. But I'm trying to be helpful and give kind of a general idea of what you can expect. So you'll be in your group. You'll attend your open house. It'll be simultaneously the longest and the shortest. And what I mean by that, shortest meaning you're going to visit every house. So you may only spend about 15 to 20 minutes in each house. So in that regard, it's the shortest. As you progress the different rounds through rush week, through recruitment week, that amount of time that you spend in your houses that are on your list will grow and grow and grow. Okay, so you're going to be divided into your recruitment group. You're going to attend open house. You're only going to spend a short amount of time in each house. But these days, you guys, can be long. So that's what I mean by it being the shortest and the longest. Make sure if you get breaks that you're taking a nap. Some do like half the houses in the morning and then half in the afternoon. Some divide it over 2 days. It's going to be tempting to go back and be excited and chit-chat with your roommate and all the new friends that you've made. But our suggestion is to hold off on that. Don't be antisocial, but hold off on that and don't talk, especially poorly about anything that happened. I promise, guys, just don't do it. There's ears everywhere, it seems like, and you just don't want some of that stuff to get back to the houses. So call your mom, call your best friend that goes to a different university or a good friend, and talk with her. But, make sure you're staying hydrated, you're eating a snack, and you're napping. So that's kind of a side note. On some campuses, you can expect to see the sorority sisters do something that's called stack the door, okay? Trust us, you'll know the tradition when you see it. It's a pile of girls crammed into a doorway while singing, clapping, and doing some head bobbing. You really can't miss it. So that's called stacking the door. I'm not making fun of it. It's just, this whole process can be, feel a little unnatural. And so I feel like it's important to just be really clear about what to expect without you don't want it to lose its magic. But it is helpful. And here's why it's helpful. You might be like me. I may appear extroverted because I'm doing a video online to a bunch of strangers. Really, that's me having a heart to help. But I'm really a little bit introverted. And honestly, the older I get, the more I realize I kind of get crazed by a ton of noise. While I love an awesome concert, I often feel like, or if I've been at the mall all day, I'm exhausted when I come home, and not from walking, it's from all the noise. And so if you are someone that's sensitive to just a lot of noise, be prepared that it is loud. It's fun and the energy's high and it's really awesome. And don't worry about needing to know what to do. There's this really, behind the scenes organizational stuff that happens, and someone will come up to you and kind of, tell you where to go. So just try to, be relaxed and just go with the flow. And what you can expect is they might usher you might stand and have conversation. It'll be like a one-on-one conversation, but it's not one-on-one in a coffee shop. It'll be one-on-one with, whoever else is in your recruitment group, which could be, 40 girls, 50 girls, 100 girls in your recruitment group, matched with current members of that sorority, all having these private one-on-one conversations together. So you can imagine how loud that is. And so my suggestion would be to go ahead and somewhat prepare now. I don't know, take a friend to the mall and eat at the food court, or something like that, and just try and focus on being able to zone out that noise, and have one-on-one conversation. With a friend, it's a lot easier. With someone whom you don't know, it's a little bit more tough. And focus on staying engaged by you asking questions. We kind of go against the grain with a lot of advice that tells you to kind of memorize parts of your resume and spout off key points and talk about yourself. No matter how selfless or interested in other people you think you are. Everyone really loves to talk about themselves and their own experience. And so our suggestion is to play on that, not in the sense of talking about yourself the whole time. Sure, you want to answer questions when they ask you and be authentic and sincere, but practice the art of that by asking the current member questions about themselves and get them talking about who they are. And that will help you engage. And actually, it'll help you make an authentic connection. I mean, maybe this girl is really into art and she paints and that's something you're passionate about. Or, I don't know, maybe she loves to travel and maybe you haven't traveled there, but your dad is from there, or your mom, or, there's a million different ways that, you make a connection. People say the world is small all the time, and that has been my experience. It's just really easy to find common ground with just about anyone. So anyway, you can be expected to come into all the stacking the door, the clapping, singing, chanting, bobbing of the head. You will be wearing a name tag. So make sure that, especially if you have long hair, that you're removing your hair so that your name tag is visible. Because here's the thing, it's not like they're going to kick you out, but you really want your name as visible as possible. So when, I don't know if you're like me, but even when I try my best and I introduce myself to someone, sometimes I say, hi, I'm Crystal. And then what do they say? Hi, my name's Courtney. And then 2 seconds into the conversation, we're connecting and I'm like, what is her name? I totally forgot. And then you're, at that time you say, what is your name again? And that's fine. But my point is if you're having a 5-minute quick conversation with one member, and, you made a connection about how you both love to bake, snickerdoodle cookies. I don't know. That was really lame, but I can't think of anything else at the moment. And then you leave, and she might take you to go meet another one of her friends. She might go, oh my gosh, what was her name? And then if she tries to catch a glimpse of you before you leave and your name tag is covered, then she'll have a hard time voting for you, especially in this first round. Once you've spent your 20 minutes in the house going, it's kind of like speed dating, going from member to member, having these conversations, practicing your listening, asking them questions, making connections, then you'll be ushered out of the house. Oh, a side note, don't be surprised if you are asked to leave your things and belongings like in a pile in front of the door or in a specific place. You won't be allowed to take anything into the house. So just make sure you're carrying a bag that you don't mind sitting in wet grass. You have no idea what the weather will be like. So keep that in mind. Don't bring a bag that you just love and don't want to get wet or dirty. So anyway, that's a side note. But you'll go into the house, have that. You'll come out and you'll be ushered to the next house. We suggest carrying a notepad and a pen, or you can put it in the notes section on your phone. But jot down the house that you visited, the names of the girls, if you can remember, even after coming right out, with whom you spoke with, and just what you guys chatted about. Everyone who purchases the ebook gets this really cool, just free download that you can print off at a home computer that will kind of help guide you into taking notes from each house. So anyway, if you don't do that, we just suggest jotting down highlights of the conversation. And the reason is because once you go from house to house, then what will happen at the very end of what's called the round, after you've visited, all of the houses, you'll have an opportunity to rank the houses you visited in order of your preference. And so, there's a lot of talk kind of about what, sororities are looking for. A lot of girls can get really caught up in wanting one specific sorority. I talk about this all the time, but we really, really don't do that. We really advise that you don't go into something closed-minded. Definitely make your cuts and your preferences, just based on you. Don't let what everyone else says, well, you can't cut them, or you can't prefer them, or you definitely, don't do that. Really, really go with your gut, and that's how the process will work out the best for you in the end. And please share this with friends. Our heart is to help as many girls as we can. And so if we haven't answered your question or you want us to hit on something else, please let us know. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. Please let us know how we can help you further. Talk soon. Bye-bye.